Signs.
Let's start off with a broader view here. Now, I just want to go back to that fire out there in Texas, give you an idea of where this is. First off, they got this big old front here. We actually had some tornadoes yesterday out of this. Severe thunderstorms still in place across parts of Tennessee. This will affect us eventually, but behind it, there's that cool northerly wind. Let's zoom in all the way to the Texas Panhandle, literally just west of this town called Panhandle, just north and east of Amarillo. Yeah, that's smoke being picked up on radar from these massive fires, which continue to burn out there. So kind of give you an idea of where those fires are when we show you all the video there on the map. Taking a look at our temperatures closer to home, though. Yeah, the mercury is on the warm side. Not the warmest day of the year thus far. It was back in January. We got a day up to about 84 degrees. But, I mean, we're close. We're close enough to make it feel like spring out there. Into the 80s this afternoon. We'll start to cool down to the 70s. But even by this evening after sunset, I think we're going to kind of stick around into the 70s because of this persistent southerly wind. So it's going to be a beautiful evening. UV index on the high side of things. So if you're like me, kind of allergic to the sun out there, make sure you wear the sunblock. Wear a hat at the very least. Plenty of sun in the forecast, and the mercury is just going to stay warm. If you want to stay cooler, head to the beach, actually. Today, with those relatively cooler sea surface temperatures, it's going to modify places like St. Augustine, Mayport, then heading back towards the north. If you go inland, for sure going to be into the 80s. That means over towards Waycross, Folkston, you could be one of the warmer spots on the map. We were talking about that air quality index, pretty good across the board, but as mentioned, if you're anywhere near the any of these fires that are taking place, even if we see any controlled burns or anything like that, naturally the air quality is going to be a little bit lower. But for most of us, it's a pretty decent day out there. Pollen is up there just a bit, something to keep in mind. 55 degrees here for our overnight low, actually a pretty mild night with our cold front moving on through. That is going to allow the temperatures to drop after that front pushes on by. Isolated rain with it, some nice cooler winds on the backside. We'll time this out for you. Here's 9 o'clock. So just after sunset, starts to near the first coast in parts of southeast Georgia. Closer to Jacksonville just after midnight, but all the while, this is going to continue to lose its strength. So I do not expect any thunderstorms or anything like that. The key thing is it's going to cause temperatures to cool down. Also want to note this, the Gate River run, cloudy skies there on Saturday, all thanks to a stationary boundary that we'll be setting up. And that is going to bring us that chance of rainfall heading through the weekend. So your most accurate forecast showing precip Saturday and the Sunday.